officially on. We're officially on. We're Freestyle Freaks on HamiltonRadio.net. I am Ralphie Rotten. And my right-hand man, Billy Kid.
What's that?
And we got Monk on tonight. We're going to talk, of course, let's get this out of the way right now. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Do their part in being a father. And, of course, happy Father's Day, brother.
You got juice in your mic?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I got some juice.
All right.
I got coffee too. I needed some coffee. I was fishing earlier.
Yeah, Ralph on fire. And, you finally made it.
I went fishing. I went fishing yesterday and today, and came home.
We shouldn't say another word until Ruben tags us.
Has he tagged us? No,
not at all. Ruben.
He hasn't tagged us.
You tagging us anytime?
He hasn't tagged us.
Let me guess. At 50% still loading?
Syntax error.
Loading error like it happened to his haircut.
Page automatically shut down.
Ruben, do you still go to the barbershop?
So we on. So we on or? So we're well. He said not to say anything until we're tugged.
Until Ruben tagged. But we might as well. Let's start it. We're on. We are.
Well, we're on. So how was your weekend? How was
my weekend? Goodness, good and bad. But I'll save the bad. For the topic. For the topic. But it was good because.
How was your Father's Day?
It was good. It was good. I got the kids out to a carnival, and
what carnival did you go to this one?
Nah, I went to Roebling, New Jersey, man, and it was a real good turnout. I saw some familiar faces there. Everyone came out, had a good time.
Wait a minute, you hang in Roebling like that? It's like, some of my faces came out. It's like, wait a minute, I didn't know you were.
I really only went because one of my Facebook friends went live, and I seen all the activity and stuff in the background. I'm like, where is that? And they're like, Roebling, Jersey,
up the street here they have a carnival.
Yeah. It was
I will be going to that carnival soon. Take my daughter, obviously.
The one in Roebling wasn't too far up the street, like 10 minutes up. And they went live, and I followed suit, and then saw a bunch of familiar faces there. Had the kids out, took them 2 days in a row. Got the all-day passes stamp on the hand, and hit every single ride that was in there. And I let them.
So how was it? Besides the commentating on getting on the rides. How was your Father's Day? Was it memorable?
Yes, it was. One of my best memories was they had the dunk machine, and this guy was talking hella smack, and he called me 2 Chainz, and he called me Waka Flocka, and all this.
He called Waka Flocka.
Yeah.
Ruben. He got a new one on him now.
He was going
in. Flocka.
He was going in, man. He was really going in.
I can see a little bit of Waka.
Did you get him, though? Did you get him, though?
Huh?
You get him?
Yes, I did. I got him. And then on top of that, he was talking about my daughter. He was like, no. Shut up, Minnie Mouse.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he was talking about my daughter.
Now leave the kids out.
And I spent $10, and $10 was for like 15 balls. And when I found out I get 15 balls for $10, I'm like, $10, 15 balls? I said, give me 30. And they gave me 30 of them. And it got down to the last ball, because I even had my daughter throwing the balls. And it got down to that very last one. Like, when I looked, it's like all of the carnival was watching me. Everybody pretty much stopped what they was doing. I mean, this dude was talking smack to everybody. And that last one hit the buzzer, and he was in the middle of it. He was like, yeah, and that's why you're here. And went down, and everybody just started clapping. Everybody was like, oh, my God, somebody finally got him. Finally got him. And I said, hold this L for 2018, man. I was like, that's for all of us. Well, everybody that missed, I said, that's our victory. We're sharing that together.
Well, my Father's Day was it's kind of chill. My weekend started. I was working, of course. Been out of work. I went to see a couple friends, and my Father's Day, my wife and my daughter asked me what I wanted to do for my Father's Day. So I said, what can I do to have both the best of both worlds all in one shop?
Yeah.
So I said, I want to go fishing. Let's go fishing. So went fishing on this private lake in Hamilton. and obviously it's Isabella's first time on the lake on a little fishing boat, and she outfishes me 8-1. And she doesn't normally fish, but she did an excellent job. So, you know, that was to me the highlight of my Father's Day is having her outfish me. You know, because somebody's got to outfish somebody.
Yeah.
But you know, the student out fished the teacher.
Son kicked the Miyagi's.
Listen, but you know, I couldn't be. You know, I was proud of her. You know, because she's picking up the worms, putting them on the hook. You know, and my wife said, you know, you don't have the boy yet to do that, but you got the girl that does it. Word. So I was like, you know, and the way she put it, you know, I was like, you know, I get it. You know.
Yeah, yes. And plus, those are real memorable memories, you know, for the both of you, man.
And all three of us were on a little boat, and you know, we're on there for a good 2 or 3 hours. You know, it's exhausting to go out on the water, fish and stuff. You know, even though you're just going out, but you're under the sun, and it was hot yesterday. I mean, it was like we're talking about 91 degrees. It was 93 degrees. I went out again today. I didn't go out all day, but you know, just went out. This time I caught 8. And there was nobody there to see it, so but I did get some pictures.
A lonely victory.
Yeah, but you know, I was out there, but I used live bait. Yesterday I used lures. You know, to me it's you know, you pay a certain amount of money for some lures, you know, whether they're cheap, whether they're, you know, a little bit more money, you know, and you want to see if they work, you know. You want to always
do they work? Like what
yeah,
works better,
well,
yeah.
Well, I caught my one fish yesterday on the lure. Yeah. You know, I was throwing anything and everything, and I threw that one cheap lure, and it's always that one cheap lure that it just got one. So, you know, I didn't use live bait. Well, today I used live bait, and I was catching everything. You know, it's just I change it up every so often.
I don't know what happened to me over the years. I can't really touch the worms no more. I've actually grew to become squeamish now. Like before, I would cut a worm into like 50 million pieces.
Nah, I mean, I still, you know.
It's all smushy.
Just put it on the worm and just, you know, I just put it on the hook. And
I would dissect it. Now, if it touched me, I'm like, yeah, it touched me. Ah! I'm punk, man. And can't nothing small and furry come up close to me unless it's a puppy. Or like a kitten, but if it's small and furry, I'm out.
Like mouse, rat.
I'm gone.
The caterpillar.
I get up right now.
Fall in his lap. He jump up.
You know, like it depend on the insects. Is this some ugly?
A caterpillar? A hairy caterpillar?
No. A caterpillar's all right. Yeah. But if it's like one of them, it's like in between a mosquito and a bumblebee and a spider. I'm out.
No.
I'm out.
Yeah.
It can't like a locust bump into me and they make them loud sound. I'm out. I'm out. You're not about to do that sound. You know how loud those things are?
Yeah, those.
When you hear those, like towards like the end of the summer, like right around
the cicadas.
Yeah, like around like August/September, you hear a lot of them. They.
That's the cicadas.
Do that next to me. Let something happen right now, so you don't leave this show.
I've seen them. I was always wondering, what the hell were they? One time I seen them up close. I'm like, damn, those things are
a big bug.
Big bug, and you know they're cicadas are loud.
Yeah. One fly in my car, I casually pull over. I will casually pull over, and I try not to flip.
The worst is when you have.
I ain't gonna lose my lid.
The worst is when you have a brown recluse spider, walking nonchalantly on your driver's on your steering wheel nonchalantly. I'm like, oh shit. Put the brakes on. Let me stop. Yeah. Let me get it out.
Casually.
We're talking about brown recluse. There's any other spider. I don't care.
Man, listen
here. Because they poisonous. They can really
brown recluse bite me while I'm driving.
Hey, yo, could you imagine if spiders had wings and flew?
They do.
Which ones?
Some do.
Some do.
Yeah.
I mean, in other countries, that you see that like in the Amazon, South America.
Spiders are very.
Because Puerto Rico is off my bucket list. Once I heard that roaches fly, I'm out.
Well, you can get that down south.
Yeah, that's in Florida.
That's in Georgia, like
Florida, Georgia.
Down in you know, last time I was down there, they like this, man.
They're like roaches.
They like big. Baby's foot. See, that's the thing. The houses are cheap. But then you gotta deal with them bugs. Like if you ain't used to that, I was only seeing one here and there.
Fire ants.
Yeah,
some of the
I was only seeing one here and there, but imagine a group
and your ass is burning. You're like, what is that? And it's fire ants.
Hell no.
Yeah, they're you know, and people down there is like,
and they burn, and
people eat them though. They like a delicacy.
Really?
Yeah, the chocolate covered roaches.
The fine roaches, yeah. They're disgusting.
Yeah,
trust me, I've seen them.
They do that in China too, and they bring it. And they bring it over here.
We should change the subject.
Well, wait a minute. Wasn't he talking about that? He was talking about.
My bad.
You must have just ate.
We just gave back the commentation back to you. So
My bad,
I mean,
yeah, y'all got me on that one.
yeah, listen, remember
my card.
That's how you get. That's how you get Billy. Just gross him out.
They got the black widows down there more. Yeah. Black widows are deadly. They got snakes. They got some places got alligators.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's cheaper down there. But
man, listen, I was
there's different animals down there.
That's the.
I was on a family reunion.
Different animals down there that don't play.
Paddle boats. We was on the paddle boats.
Where?
And I was in Mississippi.
Oh yeah.
And my cousin bumped our boat. They bumped our boat and they said, "No, don't do that here on the water. It's alligators and piranhas." And everybody from up north did a reverse paddle.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
They don't play man.
That's not like that's
because
like
they will get you.
Yeah,
they will get you.
We
and it's
all did a reverse paddle.
But you know, people do get got, and that's the stuff they sweep under the rug. Like they probably just paid insurance off or whatever for the death or whatever. You getting ate. Yeah. For real, I don't mess like this. You can't control an alligator or crocodile.
Yeah.
You can't control them like
piranhas. You can't.
You remember in the paper in Trenton,
idea.
my man. Actually, I ain't gonna put his name because he's trying to get right. But he had a crocodile in the basement out east.
And then it got too big.
Got too big.
Delaware.
But you can imagine how it got big.
Yeah.
The older dude, no money.
Whoa. Yeah, switch some topics.
Bite somebody's hand off. But
don't chop a ring.
That's crazy you said that. That's the only difference about the South, difference from the North, that those native animals down there, it's cheap and all, but you know what? You can go in the yard one morning, take out the trash, and some alligator can just, and you're done.
Especially if you from up north.
Did you see the video where they had the dog? Did you see the video? It's been all over Facebook where they had the dog that was running the alligator away. But then that one day the dog ran and it grabbed the little dog and took him into the water.
Oh shit!
He was just like, grab that. He's like, grab it. They took him into the water. Everybody like, oh no! But y'all been letting the dog run down there all these other times. You thought it was never gonna happen.
Yeah.
It was a little dog too.
And that's crazy, man. Because like from being up north. And then, like, you go down there and, like, don't know the landscape and the rules and all of that. Yeah.
That's the only thing that...
they real thugs.
Like, I've always wanted to move... I've always wanted to move to Florida or, to Georgia. I'm an Atlanta fan, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And they're always talking about these different kind of bugs down there. These different chiggers. These different, these different bugs... They're so different from up here. And I'm scared. That's the only thing that scares me down there.
All you had to do is say different. Like I don't like the bugs I'm familiar with, let alone
like different. I'm used to the mosquitoes up here.
Everything to me is a what the hell is that? What the hell is that?
No, everything. You ever seen like stuff like bugs that you never seen before as a child, and because now I'll be seeing stuff that like I never seen it as a child. Where what is that? Like one time I was out North Trenton. Shout out to my man Jamel McCants. I was at his studio. He's out north. It's this bug that can make itself turn into a rock. That look like a stone or mimic a stone. It flew on my shoulder. I hit it off, and it was kind of big. But when it hit the ground like a rock, like it had a shell, and whatever his wings is. Just when it folded up, it was like a stone.
That's crazy.
And then it immediately started storming. While we trying to find out what it is. We had a bad thunderstorm for like about 5 minutes. I mean, it was coming down like a washed away. I'm like, we didn't find out what it was. Is this some type of government experiment they working on us? And they just said you weren't supposed to see that. Make it rain, get him out of there.
One of them foreign exchange students.
It could have been a little robot joint, little thing they sent through. You can't rule none of that stuff out now. Yeah,
listen, you never know. You can't rule any of that stuff out. But then, Saturday night, I was going to go somewhere. I was going to go to the R all night, and then something in my mind just said, listen, I was going to take my daughter and my wife for the first time in about 8 years. I was going to go. And just something that one, like that paternal instinct said, you know what, you got your daughter. If stuff pops off, not only you got to worry about your pregnant wife, but you got to worry about your daughter at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's you and with them against anything else. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to go. And my wife said, you know, we can still go. She can go. And I'm like, yeah, we can. But remember, it's Trenton. And, you know, it's not me just thinking like that. I'm just thinking as a parent, you know, with all the stuff that's been going on in society.
And stuff ain't the same, like, compared to, like, when we was growing up.
No, you know, I
like,
remember.
And generations are supposed to change. You know, it's a different, it's a different game.
The Trenton, how I should say this is, the Trenton that I grew up in was a different time, a different city. You know, there was more. I don't know. There was more to the city than what it is now. Right. That's what I should say. Right. There wasn't an art all night then.
But there was Day and all
when we had the Heritage Day, we had the Puerto Rican Day Parade, we had the Feast of Lights,
Father Rocco Park,
Father Rocco, yep.
You know there was the city was still diversely, you know, populated, and it was very festive. You know, it was all culturally divided.
Feast
you know,
of Lights,
this and that. Yeah, exactly.
Feast of Lights was
you know,
that thing.
That was my thing.
Over there by Columbus Park and all that. Yo, I walked with
and
some
then
more.
The Trenton out all night.
I walked with some more one night. And never knew that I was walking with some more for like an hour, chopping it up, laughing with her,
she real like
we
that.
dancing and everything.
She from Oak Street.
Like the end of the night, somebody was like, you know who you walking and dancing with, right? I'm like, nah. They're like, yo, that's some more. I'm like,
she real like that
they're
too.
like, nah, yo, she a comedian. Like, yo, she major. This lady was just beautiful, man, and it just. We just chopping it up, man. I guess she probably looked at me like, well, he don't know, you know, I could chop it up with this dude. And you know what I'm saying? Because anything else, somebody's like a groupie. Somebody's an opportunist. Somebody want all this other stuff.
But when she come to Trenton, she
probably
be
exactly
no security,
what she
just be chilling.
And that's what she needed. She like, good. Somebody that don't know me. But like when they told me who it was, I was just in her face all night. Like, oh my gosh.
You messed up there.
Yeah, I did. Then I became a groupie. But I was with her for like an hour, like a whole hour, man. We dancing, chopping it up. I'm tickling her.
One day it's gonna be you.
I couldn't help it.
One day it's gonna be you.
She was already beautiful. She was already beautiful. And then like when they told me like who she was and like what she doing, I'm like, oh, that's because she looked so different. Like looking at her on TV, she had the short hair and all that other stuff. She had some long, wavy, curly stuff. Makeup was all done. Outfit and booty. I'm sorry. I'm going a whole nother place with this. But she looked good.
So we definitely get the picture that you so vividly created.
Some
you know,
more is fine.
But you know, back to what we're talking about. Art all Night is supposed to be an event where the whole entire city comes together for like 2 nights, a night and a day and a half, 24 hours plus a little bit. You know, in the afternoon during the day, they got multiple food trucks, multiple artists from all over all different walks of life, artists from all different walks of life, just all kinds of art. You know, peaceful for the last 12 years. It's been peaceful, and
facts.
You know, what transpired is definitely heartbreaking because, you know, this is supposedly the only biggest positive in Trenton that is still in Trenton.
Happened?
You know what I'm saying?
Like what happened?
You know, supposedly, you know, two individuals had an issue. One thing led to another, and we obviously understand and know from all different news outlets and social media. It's all for the last, you know, a couple of days has been about that.
Social media. Try Good Morning America.
Yeah, it's all over the whole country.
Power 99.
Yeah, CNN, all of them.
I forget who it was. Somebody was saying they were like, I was trying to explain this, and I was here in Tennessee. I was trying to explain, you know, to my people out here about Art all Night, and then they seen it on, you know, Good Morning America, and then you know now
Good Morning America.
Now I can't prove them different otherwise.
Right.
You know, it's just like, you know, when you're trying to explain about Trenton to somebody, you know, you paint a picture of, hey, this is a old, you know, revolutionary type era city, you know, so you know. From the old days that is now
still got that
era.
stigma.
You know, it's an old city. You know, probably one of few options to be the capital of the United States, and it's rich in history. But it also comes with a lot of issues. You know, they say the event could have been understaffed, security wise. I don't know. I'm hearing
the council was a lot of security.
I'm gonna say that
I heard it was cops going in, coming out.
Yeah, I was there, man. Like I was standing right next to Weed Man, not when it actually happened, but I just left. I just left him. I probably missed it by maybe a few minutes. And
so you was out there kind of late.
You
was out there late, 2:30.
Yeah, we was chilling
in the morning. Yeah,
but see, nobody really seen that coming because prior to that, it was a good event. It was jam packed. Everybody was just having a good time. The show, shout out to Black Collar. Shout out to KV Mosley. All the performances was dope. They did their thing. You know what I mean? All the fam was out there. A lot of kids, but it's just that when that jumped off, it was like even by the time I got to my car, I heard gunshots and all that stuff, but I'm thinking maybe it's fireworks stuff because Trinity Thunder's always doing the fireworks, and I'm thinking, well, it's too late night, but they might be being in cahoots with them, and I think nothing about it till I heard all stuff when I got home, and I see all the stuff popping on the Facebook. I'm like, oh man, for real.
Man. And you was just there.
I was just there.
When I woke up, we were gonna go, and we were gonna go with another family. And the last minute, the child that was gonna go with us was playing basketball in flip flops. It kind of twisted and sprained the ankle. So that's the reason why we couldn't go, because the child wasn't going to be able to walk. Then I said, you know what? Let's just hang and stay, keep it low key, stay local, don't do nothing. We don't have to go. And I said to the wife, I said, if Isabella was at the in-laws, then I would have said, you know what? Let's me and you go. Just check it out for a little bit. And then when I woke up, read the news, I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe that I almost took my pregnant wife and my child there.
Because you never know.
I felt right there.
The sense of relief was.
The relief, and I felt like, wow, I did something so much better to keep them home, than to put them in harm's way. And not, listen, and all I'm trying to do is pay homage to the city, come and support, and I'm glad. Listen, that's the one time I'm glad I did not go.
Now, it grabbed my interest. Now, mind you, I've never been to an art all night.
Huh?
At all. And it grabbed my interest this time. It was a lot of hype and anticipation around this. Okay,
but it's
like I talked to
art all night is such an insanely great. Event.
It never grabbed me the way that it did up until this one, because I talked to a lot of people that were going. It was like 5
that was the talk of the town.
Different groups of people that I had talked to were going. And when all of that happened, the first thing I did, and it's crazy how these events happen, because the first thing I did was I went to their pages. When I saw everybody checking in safe, usually I only see that in Florida, Guatemala. And I'm like, checking in safe from Trenton. Checking in safe from what? And then when I seen everything, that had happened and transpired, I automatically went to all of their pages. Everybody I had just talked to earlier that day, I went straight to their pages just to see if they were okay. And every person said the same exact thing. Shout out to my boy Jesse Bethea and his cousin Tasha and them. I checked their pages first because they was live. They was lit. Had a couple of drinks. I saw they lives on Facebook, so I wanted to know what happened. And somebody said, shout out to Tosh, man, because she said that the vibes just wasn't feeling right. And then so initially I'm like, they're okay. So let me go to the next person page. I went to my niece's page too. I went to all these different pages, and all of them eerily said the same thing. It was just like, it was some tension, like it went other than art. You know what I'm saying? Like in some accounts, they was like, people was just by their cars, drinking and, chilling. Like, it was like Rio had let out. You know what I'm saying? Now, like to everybody else is normal. Like, cause you got mixed in crowds there. You got white, black, Spanish, everything. You got the people that's there to see the art. That's what they do for the past, 10 years?
12 years. People just to see the performances.
And then you got the younger generation coming in because it's trending now. It's trending, and so many people was talking about this prior to all of this.
Yeah,
this literally was
people in
the
my
talk
job,
of the town, man.
People
like,
in my job,
a lot of people was talking about this.
Like just private conversations. I was walk through a couple hours of my job, and there'd be two different people I've never seen in my life. Like, yeah, we're going to art all night, and I'm walking to another. Yeah, I'm going to art all night. I'm like, damn, this
and
this
it represents all of us.
Yeah.
It represents all of us, man. Like older people go out there because like they're enjoying like the art. You got like the middle-aged crowd, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they're there, you know, the mingle and like they people that represent us. Black collar biz and them
shout out
us.
Shout out to
Sports Bar and them represent us.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to all the artists,
all of y'all, every last one of them.
From every single,
may art never die.
Shout out for everybody, all the musical artists, all the artists that create art, that were there performing or who are there displaying and exhibiting their art.
Sure.
Shout out to them, because even though I want to take the negative out of the this positive thing. Shout out to them because without them, this event cannot be. This event brings out it's local, and the best thing about it is that it makes you, me, or you, it gives the ability for us as nobodies. I'm not saying that we're nobodies as like, I'm just saying we're not famous or anything. It gives us the ability to showcase something.
It's like we get to live through y'all.
I can't go to New York and showcase. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody in my own city can buy it and say, "Hey, he painted that, or he drew that, or that mixtape or that song. He's from Trenton. He performed here." I've seen pictures from different years, and we're talking about thousands of people to see these performances. I mean, and the DJs, if you ever see the lineups of the DJs, it's insane. You got the silent disco, everybody puts the headphones on, and the DJs spin. You don't hear the music, all you hear is the headphones. I mean, it's such an eclectic surrounding. It's supposed to be a positive, vibe thing. We can't take that away.
I got respect.
We can't take that away from the originality, especially
from these artists,
the event, the artists. Encourage. It gives people. It inspires people to create art, to create something beautiful, instead of doing something negative.
Now look at the mindset of these artists, though. You know what I'm saying? The mindset of these artists.
And I have a lot. Listen, shout out to all my friends.
Champ said he would be frontline if they carried on with the show tonight. He said I'll be frontline. Right there, displaying my arts. That I respect. Black Collar Biz, I also respect the comment that he said. He said, CNN want me to come on and give an account of what happened. And this is how artist mindset thinks. This is how you know this is a real dude you're dealing with. He said, I'm not going on CNN. He said, I'm not giving no accounts because he's like, I don't want to go on CNN to talk about my city inside a negative light.
Yeah, I respect Black Collar for saying
like that. That comment was ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of people be like attention hungry and all of that, and they would have went up and did it.
I don't think it's ahead of its time. I think it is the time for it to be said. You know what I'm saying? And as far as musical leaders that inspired Trenton, it's Black Collar Biz. I got to shout out to him.
Hey,
he's always on a different level of of life,
of everything,
real quick, I gotta, if you sit and talk to Black Collar for about 5 minutes, the guy will leave you with something you'll be like, wow, and I think I'm a pretty smart guy. I'm not a college educated guy, but
it runs in the family, man. We all family.
When this guy speaks, I mean, damn, this dude's on a different level.
Real talk, man. And Black Collar Biz will run up on me on that beer truck. Like I'll be working, and like he'll smooth run down, and have a nice little chop it up, man.
But the performance,
very good dude,
man. The performance was dope, though.
Yeah, man, listen, I'm mad that I missed it, man. Like
I mean, that's not so. You gotta imagine if you ever seen him perform at the park. He just did him, KV Mosley, a couple artists he had with him, and the band's tight and everything. So and it's packed. It ain't like it's a little bit of people there. We in there like. You know, it's packed, and there's ladies out there, a lot of beautiful ladies. It was, you know, it was the joint, and people were jamming. That's why you couldn't foresee that happening.
Exactly. You
later on
the
night, you couldn't even foresee
you
that.
Were
that
seeing
was you could see like little skirmishes, like the cops would be running here and there. It seemed like they had stuff under control. So it was like, all right.
Not to mention, like, those were the events of the entire day, which are not out of the ordinary. You know, because we talking, what, 10, 11, 12 years.
Yeah.
So, like, you can let your guard down, man.
A little bit.
It was like, man, listen, like out of everything that go on inside this city, this is something we can take
that's
pride
why it
in.
happened like that, or so many people got hit because the guard was down.
Nobody
coming.
Nobody expected something like this to happen so fast.
So what do y'all like? What do y'all think should be the direction and like the movement like for a lot of these younger generations, man? Because
man, I'm gonna keep it G.
A lot of these brothers, man, like from what I'm hearing,
G with you, man.
It's like yo, from what I'm hearing, I ain't gonna say that a lot of these dudes have like no regard, but direction is very important, man. Like I was hearing a lot of y'all fathers need to step up, man. I'm gonna start hitting these corners.
It is not just the fathers. You can't put it on fathers' shoulders. It's the whole entire spectrum of what we're dealing with.
That they need us.
It starts with education.
They need us.
You know what?
Trenton starts with the better education. We also need some better, programs now.
Like we need something now.
But you know what could really help it? The ladies, man. The ladies can stop a lot. There wouldn't be no gangsters if the women didn't want them. Straight up.
That is, That's
we
need
the ladies to step up and be like, yo,
that's some real knowledge.
I mean, yo, Nas dropped this jewel on ghetto prisoners, where he said, youngsters trapped in the slums begging for nothing but taking, heading for nothing but the state pens where their cousins be waiting. You know what I'm saying? Like, to some of these kids, man, it's a rites of passage. You know what I'm saying? To do that little bit, your family and stuff up there, but then like you come down to these toys, man, to these guns, and guns can make you feel empowered, man, especially when, you probably got picked on your whole life. Like this is that and the third, man. Like some of the stories like that I hear, they like, yo, like a lot of these shooters that's out here, this is that and the third, man. Yo, they be punks up in jail, man. Like, like ain't no throwing the hands. Like it really ain't no throwing the hands no more. Like so many people scared to take an ass whooping.
Not even that. Even if you do win, they're still gonna jump you.
It's crazy.
You know what I mean? They're still gonna jump you and might shoot you.
I done been jumped. Not a lot. You know what I'm saying? I ain't walk around my whole life, getting jumped, man. But
it depends on where you at. That's why you gotta pick your battles wisely.
But guess what? Guess what? Rolled up out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd rather it be that. I'd rather take an L. I will take an L, man. I lose the shoe, shirt all ripped, everything. I don't care if you clown me. Yo, he got you. So, yo, you did it, man.
Yeah, but that's like I said, you can heal up from that.
Listen, that's respect. Listen, it's brothers I talk to now. We talk now. Slugged it out. Matter of fact, when I moved into my neighborhood on Linwood Avenue, right off of Greenwood, right? This all true accounts. I got bullied. They wouldn't let me play none of the baseball games, none of the basketball games, nothing. And they would holler up the street. Man, me and my mom could be bringing in groceries after church, whatever. PJ, douchebag, and my brother, you know what I'm saying? He was unaware of all of this, but me and him boxed a lot because he was a boxer. He said, "Hey man, get the gloves, man. Go introduce yourself."
PJ. Now I know where I remember you from. Back when I lived in Hamilton Arms with Archie and all them. You was BJ. You had no dreads back then.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I remember you.
I remembered you. Yeah.
As soon as you said BJ, and I remember Linden, all that. It just went back to me. I was like, oh.
That's how far we go back. I know you.
He don't remember me running around with y'all.
Yeah, you was a little bit smaller then. You was a little smaller then.
Yo, all of us, and look, and that's Trenton. That's Trenton. It's one small little neighborhood, backyard community, man, where a lot of these detectives already know a lot of the people, like the thing with the detectives and all of them, they generation's getting younger too. Where you got these rookies, you got rookies that's out there. They don't know how to handle the proper trainers, so that way they out there shooting.
Remember when we got up at the car show and we was trying to rack our brains where we knew from each other. Now this has been like what 4 years now since that. And we said that if you was saying BJ back then, because you didn't have the dreads or nothing, but we remember BJ, you was still kind of tall.
Yep.
And I'm like. Oh, as soon as he said that, it just hit me. Look how long it took to find that.
Yeah, and then Linwood and Greenwood and all of that. You put the 2 and 2 together. And so what I did was my brother gave me the boxing gloves, and I introduced myself to Jeremy Cortez, to Mike Melendez, to Felix Melendez, to Brandon Mabry, to all of my neighbors, right? And we boxed. It was recreational. Cars would stop and just get out and just watch us do our thing. Other neighborhoods started joining in. Matt Smith, Malachi Smith, all of them from Park Lane, Hollywood, and Knowledge, and all of them would come over and out there with my brother.
He talking about the old heads from
and look, right, we all out there. Me, my brother, all of them. I am very good friends with a lot of these dudes because why? We fought first and we became friends later. Now stuff is so mixed up, man, that loyalty is just a word. Brother and all of that stuff is like just a word, man. Like these brothers out there snaking each other where they start off as friends and then fight each other later. You know what I'm saying? Like leadership is an important factor, man. But listen, we don't have the Martin Luther Kings. We don't have the Malcolm X's, man. It's like whatever whatever trades you know, whatever
that kind of builds a bond.
You got to mentor a young man and tell him what you know.
But that builds a bond because a lot of my friends we fought, and that kind of build like a little respect when they know where you coming from at. Because then it's like if you out something jump off, they know you can handle yourself if you're in the situation.
Remember,
that's how it is with
remember like if you walk in another neighborhood, like being from out there, you had Wilbur section to deal with that. So if you walking through Wilbur section, there used to be a couple cats that try you. You know, you had to build with it, and you wasn't getting no one-on-one. They're gonna jump.
And everybody had to cross that bridge to go to Trail High.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
saying? So you could imagine.
So I feel like the leadership needs to take hold. Right, grab a young man, grab one. If you know how to do tools, if you can rap, if you can tap that, if you can whatever, what good is that if you're not displaying it to anybody? So all these rappers just want to get on. And they want the deal, they want the flashy cars and like all this other stuff. How about like your little brothers and your little cousins and stuff, they look up to you. They look at every single move that you do, but you never showed them how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like before you know it, these little cousins grow up right before your eyes. Next thing you know, they got big gold chains and gold teeth, and now it ain't no mystery of how they got it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these parents, you know what I'm saying? Like they know they don't have the money. Like they want Section 8 or low income and this is that and working like 3 jobs. They can't keep their eye on their kids all the time. But somehow, little man coming inside the house with Jordans on. Little man coming inside the house with like whole velours on. And now the parent is like trying to become a friend and like stop drinking with your kids and partying with your kids. Like they not your homeboys. They not your friends. You know what I'm saying? So now the parent become reliant on the kid. Hey man, yo, give your uncle something, man, because like, you know, we behind on rent and now you dependent. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to bring back, like, listen, you don't have to have everything to be everything inside this little kid eyes. You know what I'm saying?
There has to be some inspiration for Trenton. So there has to be some kind of programs. There's got to be.
If everybody take on that mentality, like now is the time. Like don't wait for a tragedy for that to happen.
It starts with the surroundings within Trenton, the government, the schools, you know, the police, everything. It has to be community again. Yes, I'm not saying that Trenton is not a community, but for something like this to happen, and we weren't. Monk said it. Nobody was expecting to see it.
Yeah.
You know, well, we have to now expect it.
Even though now we have to get better. There was a warning on the Facebook. Yeah, it was. I gotta say her name. I don't think she want like no kind of credit for that, but you know, people still disregard it. And you know, it just turned out the way because, like, just being there, like everybody was having a good time.
Dig this though. How about they shutting down graduations?
Yeah, I seen that. As a result of that, it was a few other events
because listen.
And they put this thing in with the school, like nobody but staff and the children
locked down. Schools.
So
that's what make me. There's a curfew.
That's what make me think that event is a little bit more to that because that thing, it got crazy, but it's been other shootings and stuff in town too. another guy got killed. It's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
A 50-year-old guy out North Trent got, but we have shootings. You ain't shut all that other stuff down then before. So what is it about that? Is, you know, you got to dig deep, man. I try not to, you know, I do the conspiracy stuff.
And of course,
you know,
right
a lot of
times
we don't really see that in Trenton. Like we'll see it in another state or another country. But when it hit home,
always,
it look crazy.
We're always the first one to say, "This will never happen in Trenton."
Yeah, and
but it did. And
Channel
right
6,
after,
Channel 9, Good
right
Morning
after,
America.
Right after, of course,
city.
Governor Murphy said, you know, this is why we need stricter gun laws. Listen,
criminals don't listen to law, man. That ain't gonna help you. Only hurting the law-abiding citizens.
Gun laws
with that.
only hurt people that really want to try to legally obtain one.
Exactly.
Those two suspects who had guns had them illegally, obtained them illegally.
Extended clip.
With extended clips, illegal. They had illegal firearms, and purchased it and obtained it with illegal means. So making laws will not work for the common criminal.
Now dig this, right?
Before you start, they make it seem like you making it harder for the common folk, the people that's working, the law-abiding, tax-paying citizens.
Dig this, though.
You making them victims by doing that.
Dig this. See, what we doing right now is we coming up with all of these ways for resources and this, that, and the third. My thing is this. We want to dig deep. What the entire F was y'all shooting at each other for? What can be so damn deep? The deepest it could possibly get, you killed my brother back in the day, and I found out it was you.
Let's
add it up.
Now, dude just got out of prison 4 months ago, in February.
The one has
so it's I ain't saying this what happened, but possibly wherever he's seen a dude that might have been responsible for it, just jumped off. He's seen him because you know when you want a person bad enough, you get him wherever you see him at. Yeah. No matter who's there, it could have been. I ain't saying that's what happened, but that could have.
Now listen. All right, now listen. If you want to touch on that,
there is
step to that man. You know where he at. You know his name. You know his face. Why you ain't go to his street? Yeah. Why you don't reach out to none of his peoples? How about this? How about you put the gun down?
Society doesn't work.
I ain't making excuses for none of that. I just don't know.
Now listen. I'm just saying. This what I can't. This what I can't respect. Right. This what I can't respect. I don't care what the circumstances was. Y'all went to a venue, all right? Y'all had a little altercation. Shots got to popping. It's innocent people, yada, yada, yada. Listen, you know who your op was. You know who your opposition was. You know who you had beef with. Why y'all ain't address none of this before all of that? Where the manhood at? Like, if I know I'm beefing with you, I'm stepping to you. I'm stepping to you. If guns got to get involved, whatever, I know what street you on. I'm coming to your street. Or you come to my street. We know what it is. I'm not going to wait for you to be at no park pushing your kids. I'm not waiting for you to come out to church. I mean,
but we dealing with each other. But you dealing with, you know, when you dealing with that lifestyle, man, it ain't no rules when it come to that. Because over the years, you know, we seen cats get hit walking with their kids. And it boiled down to don't do the crime or or not even the crime. But don't cross. If you know a dude is capable, if he part of a clique or something like that, that you know they rolling like that, and you do something wrong, then that's something you expect. See, a lot of cats is not cognizant of that. They do these little stuff, mess over their mans, whatever the case is, and think that it's okay. Like you can still walk around like ain't nothing happened. That's the issue with a lot of cases.
Dig this, right? Hey, listen, right? Hey, listen. If you a grown man and you riding for your mans for anything, stop putting man at the end of your name. Stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? My last altercation that I got, and this is actual fact, at the very start of the springtime, got into an altercation with, you know, with a younger, it ain't that deep to me. I'm a grown man. I'm married. I got kids. I got bills. I got all of this. We can take it as far as you want to take it. So when I did, you know, these young boys going to challenge you.
Yeah.
I'm always with the shits. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to get it together, but I ain't fully reformed. That's like a Christian that's trying to turn it over to God. They whoop your ass
now
at the same
that
time.
I recollect who you is, we was wild back in the day. I'm glad you turned out like this.
Now dig this. I'm a walk away type of person. You know, you study picking at the lion's cage. When the lion finally turned around and said, "Okay, youngin,
look at PJ.
What's the issue? What's the problem?" I lied to you not. The first thing this young boy did was jump on his phone.
Start calling people.
The first thing he did. Listen, I lied to you not. It was just this year. Springtime, I could drop. I'm a man about mine. I drop names if I want to, man. But this kid jumped on the phone and his exact words, "Yo, man, you need to bring the homies up here, man. This dude talking about he got problems. Man, you need to bring the homies up here."
Always can't do that by yourself.
Hey, listen. What I told him on a casual level, I said, out of this whole equation, the only person that I will respect is whoever come out here. That's the only person that I'm respect, because me and him thinking alike. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's go time, like I'm trying to do right. I'm trying to be cool. But when it's go time, it's go time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be a man about children, you all this, is that, and the third. Handle your business. Other than that, I ain't going nowhere. Man, I was up there all day. Ain't nobody come to me.
Where I'm from, you ain't even going to get a chance to pull out a phone.
Man, listen. I'm not calling no grown man for nothing that I need. I call me.
Yeah, cuz you pull up for, give me that.
Listen, hey, look, this how my beef go. This how my beef go. Yo, BJ, we got a problem. I answer my own phone. Man, where they at, man? I'm right here. I'm on my way. I'm here. I call me. My phone go from one pocket to another. What you see is what you get. I don't have no army. I ain't got no crew. Every time I'm with my car, I'm solo. I'm by myself. The only thing that rides in my passenger seat, the only thing that's in my passenger seat is a universal flag. That's the only thing that stays inside my passenger seat. Besides my passenger seat, I got 3 rows in I have 3 rows in my car. The only thing that fit in my car is my kids. That's it. I don't need no knucklehead, yo. And I did them dummy missions when I was little. Get all drunk. We don't know where we going. We just turning corners, ready to, who got a problem, that, and the third. Man, look, let me tell you something. You get older. All you 18-somethings, 20-somethings, 30-somethings, I done seen it happen. I've been on, when gang life, wasn't no start of gang life here. When you grew up out the section like inside the 80s and this is that and the third, like that NWA era and like this is that and the third, they been banging. But what happened? They got older. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these brothers, what y'all don't know, like y'all little brothers and little cousins, is that y'all OGs coexist. They coexist. Them old heads from out the section, them old heads from out West Trenton and this, that, and the third, they coexist. Somebody can move from out the section and move out north because Trenton is our stomping grounds. And you got young boys, man, who think South Trenton is the size of Philly. They ain't never left South Trenton. They really think this city big. They don't know that you can walk this little 7.2 square miles like an hour and a half. Man, I done walked from east to west. Hey, listen, I done dealt with people. I'm like, yo, I'm about to roll out west. Man, I ain't going out there. I don't mess with them like that. I'm going to holler at y'all because those my cousins and stuff, and they having to cook out, and I'm going. I'm not even from there. I live out west now. I'm not from west.
Especially where you at. We ain't gonna say it, but where you at, it used to be the spot.
I'm not from west. I live out west, and I will go to a cookout out south and holler at a shorty out north.
Yeah, because it's so little.
The thing is, we all of us, all 4 of us in this room right now, come from a different time to where we all still engaged with people from the city.
Right.
No
matter if they're from south,
east,
north, east. I know people from east. I know people from south, west. North. North. I know people from Hamilton. I know people from Trenton. I mean, from Lawrence, Ewing. And I go out to anybody's town, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you have the society that we live in now.
It's too much of that. Man, it's my set. I'm only standing around my set. Oh, I got a problem with him, so I'm gonna call all my boys and this is that and the third. I don't need no entourage to go to art all night. I don't need no entourage to go to Rio. Like, yo, like I'm gonna be the first to say it, man. Like, yo, a lot of y'all cats look stupid. Y'all look dumb. Y'all grown-ass men calling other grown-ass men to go out to a club. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because, like, when you do go to these clubs, like, I'll be on the front lines and see this. It be the women on the dance floor. Y'all niggas inside hoodies and smoking. Like, that's how you know something going to pop off, man. Like, yo, like, you ain't come out here to chill and hang. Like, why do I want to go to a whole nother event to see a whole nother crew that I got beef with and then start drama at the event? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have saw you on your street before we came here.
How it changes, the question is, how does it get better? We gotta, people in the community have to create that community again. There has to be some kind of bridge, in there. We got to give people something better in the city to do.
Every little kid. My contribution is this. My contribution is this.
You got a lot of
everybody that encounter me, and mind you, I'm a driver at my job. I don't know how many helpers I done came across that done went, yo, my man, you got a lot of knowledge, bruh. You could be blood, you could be Crip. I lied, man. Listen, I lied to you not, man, on everything. I had to tell a Crip what Crip meant, and I had to tell a Blood what Blood meant. These are two different circumstances, two different people that don't even know each other. I asked my man, I said, yeah, man, so you bang? Yeah, I bang Blood, man. You know, all right, so why? Well, you know, my uncles did it and my cousins did it, you know, so I grew up in it. I'm like, okay, what it mean? Shit, I don't know. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, blood means brotherly love, overriding oppression and destruction, right? When I tell you that this kid called me like 2 hours later, he had all his little homies in the back. Right? Shut up, man. Yo, he talking. Yo, the OG talking. Shh. Look, don't call me your OG, but what you want?
But that's what you are.
But I'm like,
look what's on your chest. That automatically do that.
But listen, subconsciously, I know that. Subconsciously, I already know that. But don't give me that platform, brother. What y'all want?
Yeah, you don't want that negative connotation.
True story. Hey, man, could you tell us what blood had meant again? Said brotherly love, override oppression and destruction. I was like, yeah, you want a brief little history on it? Let me tell you where it came from. Came from the civil rights movement, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the Black Panther Party had pretty much broke up from the civil rights. Crip had started first. That's community revolution in progress. Yep. You know what I'm saying? See, it actually had a significance and it had a meaning. You know what I'm saying? Where brothers actually banded together to stop the real oppressor that was coming into the neighborhoods, beating up on them. Same thing with the Latin King gangs and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was all formed together, you know what I'm saying? Because we had our own cliques to stop the KKK from burning crosses on the lawns and this is that and the third, man. But then, like, when you take out the great leaders, it leave a vacuum, you know what I'm saying, to where it ain't really no hierarchy right now. You know what I'm saying? When you locking up the OGs who trying to school these young kids, so now they don't even realize that they dying over two colors. You dying over the color of your skin and the color that you wearing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty much population control and it's genocide, man, because they killing themselves, and that's all divide and conquer. It's divide and conquer. I'm gonna put a color on you, and I'm gonna put a color on you, and I'm gonna feed this substance to y'all, and I'm gonna give y'all 2 guns, and I'm gonna tell y'all that y'all colors are opposing because you fighting and dying over blocks that been bought and sold a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have no real claims for these streets.
Sometimes I gotta interject, and you know, you're saying color versus color. Sometimes it could be the same color, different sets, and it, you know, they just don't get along. It's, you know, that's the. I think that, you know, the streets has this facade that we got to fight against each other.
Nah, man,
you know,
listen.
Hey, yo, I grew up fighting against, you know, what is wrong, not what's right. You know what I'm saying? You know, trying to build up your community is what's right.
At the same time, right? You
not destroy it.
You try not to knock them. Because you try to understand, oh, damn, you know, that was once me. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't look at it that way, because I was once like that, but I was smarter than that. You know what I'm saying? I thought before,
listen,
you know, I did something. Well, listen,
you know how many times
I've done stupid shit in my life, but I didn't do it as to how society's doing things now. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know that?
We all got in trouble.
Now listen. Do you know that if you opened your mouth, right, and you said that same thing to some of the dudes that I talk to on a daily basis, you just dropped the jewel on them. Some of the stuff that come out of my mouth is second nature to me, but it's everything to them. It's everything. Hey, yo, my man. Hey, yo. Hey, matter of fact, they'll tell managers, put me with him again. You know what I'm saying? Because they know once my mouth get to running. And we go back in history and all this whole other stuff, we become friends outside of this job. Like, I got helpers, man, that I'm cool with, man, who don't work at that job no more because they know the work that I just physically put in, but they know where my mindset is and like how I speak. And they like, yo, you know a lot. And I'll tell you fast, I'm just the tip of the iceberg, man. What you heard from me ain't a fraction. My predecessors, the people that I learned from, the older guys and that be having me with my mouth stuck. Man, I was in Philly at a family day building with a couple brothers, and the dude, he stepped off, right? He stepped off. The other guy leaned into me, said, yo, he said, I knew him for 5 years. He said, I ain't never heard that man build on the same thing twice. You know how abundant your brain have to be to know somebody for 5 years for them to not say the same thing twice? Huh? These are the people that be having my mouth stuck. When I hear them talk, I just took a trip to New York. When I went to the school up there for the show Improve, and people was just in abundance and just be stuck, man. And these dudes, man, will be on the degree for like 2 hours and won't double back on nothing. Knowledge is infinite. You know what I'm saying? That's the most dangerous thing, man, that when you're dealing with somebody that it ain't nothing up there, and the little bit that you said filled that up. Oh, so this all I have to do. This is all I have to do to kind of keep your attention. It's like a magician doing a trick, and if you're good at your craft, that's what keeps them occupied. Like you got a young cousin or a young something, and just out of nowhere, just go, look, this how you fix a refrigerator door. You're gonna have their attention.
Billy, shout outs.
Yeah, because I will go. I will go.
You just got covered. Shout out to Reese Johnson. Shout out, what's up, Cuzzo? Got Diamond in the house.
Shout out to everybody listening. Shout out to everybody listening around the world. Shout out to all the viewers tuning in right now. My thoughts and my prayers are, all the victims man, of real. Art All Night.
Man, because we all victims. We all victims, man. And you know what?
My prayers are with Trenton. You know what I'm saying? Trenton's strong.
We gotta come back together, man. Listen, unity, faith, and organization. I don't want to hear all of that. Oh man, it's the ups, man. Op these nuts, man. Come on, grow up, man. Get it together, man. Shout out, man, to everybody with love inside their heart, man, and longevity, man. Just hoping for a brighter tomorrow, man, so our kids could be able to enjoy this, man. Even though we can't right now, man, we got to make it better, man, for our kids and their kids, man. Despite the real ops at hand, man, that's sitting inside places of power.
They don't see it like that, though. Well, a lot of them scared, like I was like what just happened with the Extension situation. Like, that cat just got hit.
Yeah, man. And, y'all think y'all got something.
I made the post, like I said, I made the post, like, there's a real. Actually, I got that post with somebody else that was I think that was in Florida, but it was like, why a cat can shoot him, but they're not gonna get George Zimmerman.
Now, I'm mad because how people dissing Nas' new album, but people like Tekashi trending. Trolling,
this is like
anybody that said
feel like the Twilight Zone. I've been seeing that too, talk about the beats is whack and all that, but I'm like, I don't think so.
Lies,
I gotta check out.
Comments like that is the reason why Tekashi running rampant and Young Thugs and all of them, just because of comments like that, man. I don't care what y'all say.
Shout outs.
But see, the thing with that guy is that what's the 6ix9ine guy? He's really doing that stuff. And he putting it on the internet. He's really running.
And guess what? He's really going to die.
Yeah, but they living for the moment. This the whole thing. This is the whole thing with this generation. They live for the moment.
Yeah,
the popcorn generation.
And it's great that you say that. Like the new generation lives for the moment. The old generation lives for the life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, it's a phase though, because we had a point where we were living for the moment. Now that I had to do it. Now I know Billy Thomas is Billy Thomas when we met 4 years ago, but I know him longer than that. And back then, you remember Wes?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
See, there were guys that were bold. Like if they said they was gonna do something, they would do it right then and there. Like one guy, I ain't gonna say his whole name, but he was in college. This is a college student doing this. I'm about to go take this car, man. And you think he just playing? No, he went and really in the middle of traffic, pulled some lady out her car, took it, drove it around, crashed it, and came back. Cops didn't even catch him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Real stuff. Like if you had a problem with him and all that stuff, like there was a moment, but then those cats get older and they talk like us now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They talk like
us.
That's how
he's able to survive.
Wanna know why? Because we don't know too many reckless 50-year-olds walking around right now. We don't know too many reckless 60-year-olds.
It could be me. It could be me.
Many.
It could be me. It could be me in a couple of years.
You know
it could be me.
Ain't nobody thugging and bugging at 70.
I know. Shout out to the whole trend. Everybody everywhere to try and do something positive. Because it'll be too long to go on with individual names. So shout out to everybody trying to do something positive and work on your family life. And we gotta put something up here. That's the key, man. We gotta put something on that mind before somebody put it on for us.
Because this world is a crazy place.
Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Shout out to all the listeners, all the viewers all over the world. Shout out to Hamilton Radio for always allowing us to have this platform. We'll be just some regular dudes, home on a Monday night, without being able to voice our opinions. We'd be on Facebook killing it. People would be telling us you got to get off Facebook. But this is the reason why we're on here, so we could talk about current events, news, what's happening, in or around us. Shout out to my wife, my daughter. Thank you for the great Father's Day. Shout out to, everybody. Shout out to Trenton. Shout out to the victims. My prayers are with you guys. Shout out to Art All Night. You know, I hope
they're gonna keep it. I seen the post. They're gonna keep it going. They're bringing it back.
Hey, listen.
Next year is gonna be stronger and better.
Hey, listen. Right when we close out, can I just say the closing remarks?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Right. Can I?
Yes,
all
sir.
right. Listen. Closing remarks, man. I made this a stat earlier. If there's no God, then there's no peace. But if you know God, then you know peace. G-O-D stands for good, orderly direction. Peace equals the absence of all confusions. Find your path to peace. That's my closing remarks.
You know what?
Is that deep? What?
It's deep, but when we get off the air, it's deep because he remembered the levitation. I was performing levitations back in the day. I used to be around that stuff, and now he on the science. And I didn't realize that was him because you changed. You got big muscles all over the place. Well, you was already kind of big, but like we was wild back then. Shout out to Archie. I think Archie tuned in. Yep. Archie and P.
Arch, yeah.
And you know he got married. So who'd have thought Archie got married? Archie's been married for a while. You know what I mean? So shout out to them.
We're out. I'm Ralphie Rodden. This is Billy the Kid, and this is Monk. And we're the Freestyle Freaks on HamiltonRadio.net. And we're out.
Peace.
Peace.